Hello, my name is James. I'm born and raised in Hong Kong and I've lived in the UK for the past 9 years.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing fine. I'm Anita Kathleen and I'm from Quito, Ecuador.
Hi, I'm Ben Williamson. I grew up in London but thankfully escaped the city several years ago and now live in Edinburgh in Scotland, famously the sunshine capital of the world.
I worked as a research assistant for a professor in Martha, Scotland, and then did policy work in the California Civil Service.
I'm a graduate from Oxford University where I studied philosophy, politics and economics. For most of my professional career, I've been doing policy work, whether as a civil servant in the Singapore government or as a private sector consultant specializing in policy-oriented political and economic research.
Before starting the CE program, I was just an aerospace engineer interested in effective altruism.
My background is in global development.
I studied computer science, and after graduating I worked briefly as a software consultant, but not too long after I got fed up with that and I wanted to do something with my life that was more impactful. So I took a traineeship in the European Parliament where I worked with policy, and nowadays I am the chairman of EA Denmark.
I recently graduated from the University of Cambridge where I did my PhD in hematopoietic stem cells.
My small claim to fame is that last year I founded Effective Self-Help. It's a new research organisation supported by the EA Infrastructure Fund that does research into the most effective ways that individuals can improve their well-being and their productivity.
Past year, I was working for the Happier Lives Institute, as I also created a mental health program to be able to offer treatment to people here in Ecuador and then throughout Latin America.
While working in the European Parliament, it became clear to me the difference that good policy can make. When I saw that Charity Entrepreneurship's 2022 program had 3 out of 5 of their great ideas be policy advocacy charities this year, I felt like this was a slam dunk. I had to apply.
Charity Entrepreneurship has done really remarkable work at identifying highly effective opportunities in the nonprofit space and then incubating organizations to take advantage of these opportunities.
I think I'm a good fit for it, and I'm also more motivated to make an impact than I am to make money. So starting a charity is probably a dream come true.
For me, the Incubation program presents an opportunity to join a community of people who share the same values I do, who have dedicated their lives to doing good.
I understand that the effective altruism space is oftentimes constrained not by the lack of money even, but by the lack of new charities with effective ideas that people can support. And my participating in the Incubation program is my small way of trying to help address that problem.
Just before applying to the CE program, I was working with communities that had problems with substance abuse, violence and distress. Those programs were huge, but not really applicable and didn't have a lot of impact. So, when I heard about CE program, I knew it was the time to do the things right.
I applied to the CE program after considerable career reflection and finally taking the Are You Good Fit to Start a Charity quiz on the CE website. Just got the ball rolling on the whole thing.
I used to be a poster child for a tea tree oil shampoo company, and that was before I had long hair.
I am a creative writer. I write poetry, short fiction stories, personal essays, and write and perform spoken word poetry.
A fun fact about me is that I walked the 500-mile Camino de Santiago from the southern tip of France to the west coast of Spain, alternating between just 2 different pairs of socks. Afterwards, nobody really wanted to sit nearby.
My hobbies are aerial skills and rock climbing. I chose them because most of my family has vertigo or are afraid of heights. And I didn't want to continue with that heritage.
I used to be a Grandmaster level StarCraft player, and I was actually sponsored by a synthetic food company.
Last year, with a friend, we biked across the length of Ecuador, back roads, mountains the whole way, and slept on floors in people's homes and restaurants and camped out, and just had a really incredible experience getting to see kind of like the back roads up and personal.
I spent most of 2020 working as a survival instructor, so teaching kids to build tents and set up fires, and yet it still takes me 2 hours every time I try and set up a tent to go camping.